Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let it take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome to Wisconsin Family. I'm Janet Crescent.
And I'm Justin Riley, and we are really excited to be back here at the Steinway & Sons store over on the corner of Mineral Point Road and Grand Canyon Drive. It's such a cool place. It's small and it's locally owned. I think that's important for people to understand that this is not a corporate franchise or anything. This is a locally owned store.
I bet you've driven by. I know I've driven by on Mineral Point Road a bunch of times, and finally it's nice to be inside and see what's here and get to meet the owner too. We'll talk with Ben, who's the owner here at Steinway, and he's going to talk about the evolution of the piano with us later in the show. I'm really looking forward to that because the pianos kind of look like they haven't changed much, but we know already from being here that they have.
They have changed quite a bit, and we'll talk about piano technology as well, because that's something that's always changing and rapidly changing as well. So
we're also going to chat with the folks at Pacific Union Financial. Buying a home, I Googled it just for fun last night. You know how you just put in the first few words and you see what fills in the rest?
Yeah.
And I put in buying a home is scary is the word that came up.
That's a good experiment to see what kind of is on the minds of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they're going to show you how buying a home really is not scary. Eric will join us from Pacific Union Financial. We're also going to be joined by Chris Martingilio, Martingilio Martial Arts. He's going to give us a little bit of an update on how things are going this summer because he hosted a huge international training session in his dojo not too long ago, and he's going to kind of give us an update on how things are growing for him over there. So.
Teaching the teachers is what he can do, as well as teaching the learners, the new folks.
Well, they're all learners, I think you would agree.
True.
So that's coming up right after the break here in Wisconsin Family, so stick with us. And welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at Steinway & Sons, the piano store over on the corner of Grand Canyon Drive and Mineral Point Road in Madison. This is such a great place, and we've had some really cool experiences here so far. We've only been here for a couple of months now, but it's been fun.
Seen and heard.
Seen and heard, indeed. We are joined now by Chris Martingilio of Martingilio Martial Arts, the famous Chris Martingilio. Of Martingilio Martial Arts. How are you, Chris?
Good to see you guys.
So I say famous because you recently had an international camp that you hosted this summer.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We had people from India, from Canada, we had people from California, Florida, from Vermont that all came to us, all professional martial artists that were looking for instruction. And we ran about 60 hours of instruction that week.
Wow.
It was a very intensive week. We started at 9 in the morning and we were still going at 11 at night.
Wow.
So were these people other school owners like you or teachers?
Some.
And why did they come?
About half and half. They were, half the people were school runners, and then the other half were just people that have been training martial arts for a very long time. They're coming to us because of the instruction. They're actually people that are looking to make improvements in their art. They're people that are not necessarily from our system, meaning that they're not always Kempo practitioners like I am or Tai Chi practitioners. They can come from multiple different systems, but they're looking for certain improvements in their martial art, and so they come to us.
In their own practice or
Yes.
in teaching of it?
Well, at both.
Both.
You know, if we can fix body mechanics, if we can fix understanding of how the body works, then a lot of times we fix problems that people have with self-defense. And so that's one layer that we teach. The other layer is the pressure points where we, like when you knocked out my friend here. So that's the other part that we teach is the pressure point part, which is a layer that's usually missing it from most people.
Why do you think that is missing?
It just wasn't taught. It was the part that was withheld when we were, over in Vietnam, North Korea, or any of those places where the military was at. They were getting lessons from people over there, and they just didn't want to share family secret. And so they gave them the children's art. They gave them that piece that was okay to share with foreigners and other people, but they didn't give them the family secrets. And so the pressure points were the part that was withheld because it made it work.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So at what point did I'm just curious, at what point did that start becoming introduced into our culture and how it was taught here in the United States?
One of my teachers, George Stillman, actually started to receive this information 40 years ago and started to share it. and it came under a lot of scrutiny. The people were very upset with him
imagine.
that he was sharing, but that's where it actually came from. And so I'm a second generation student of George through, I have 3 of his direct students that teach me, and people are seeking us now for that information.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And so people are coming from all over the country, even all over the world, I think we could say.
Yes.
To learn at Martin Gilio Martial Arts. Do you also go other places and teach your art?
I've been in California twice this summer. I'm going next weekend here. Actually, when this is broadcasting, I will be in California teaching for 4 days. We were just in Indianapolis teaching a camp last weekend. We had people all the way from 1st to 9th degree black belt that were there learning. So yes, this summer has been crazy. I haven't been actually in town to teach a whole lot because I've been getting pulled every direction this year.
And you're teaching adults and kids too?
Yes, mostly adults when I'm traveling, but yeah, I'm teaching adults and kids. The kids that come to us at these camps usually have some experience. They're not beginners.
Right.
But you know, when we're talking about these kind of camps and these kind of travels, it's usually more professional martial artists as opposed to kids that are learning and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Okay, so when a martial artist is looking to go to the next rank, what's your involvement in helping or assessing? Or?
My job really is to prepare them. We just had a student that he tested 3 times for 3rd degree black belt and 5 times for master rank and just passed this weekend. Super proud of him. But my job is to go back and go, okay, this was the problem, let's fix that. And we start working with a body mechanic issue or a pressure point issue, an understanding issue. And my job is to actually help them be prepared for their tests. So most people will contact me. We're going back and forth with video through like Dropbox or Google Drive so that we actually can help them to pass, because not everybody that's testing is local. And then my job at the test actually is I am the guy that rounds up all the guys that have to get hit, which is including me. We're going to have I'll have a little clip here for the show that shows me getting knocked out this time instead of you.
Okay, yeah. There's quite a few of those, actually,
There's
I have
quite
to
a
say.
few, yes, really a lot of those. So
Yeah.
my job is to make sure that people are successful, regardless of what rank they're testing for.
Boy, so that person that you mentioned tried 3 times and then 5, that's persistence.
It was, and you know, when he finally passed, it was very, very clear that he deserved the rank for mastery, which is 4th degree black belt.
Wow. Wow.
That's neat that he had to really work for it.
He did, and you know, the fact that he didn't quit, that was really
Right.
huge for us. You know,
Right.
but that's constant involvement in the teaching and helping them to find their way to pass.
And I think that speaks to just your philosophy, and that you really, this is really about education and not recreation. This isn't about
Completely.
just necessarily making kids feel good about themselves. They've got to work for it.
They've got to work for it. Everything we have to work for here. I mean, martial arts is difficult. It takes a long time to learn, and you got to be persistent with
Yep,
it.
absolutely. Chris Martingilio, we always enjoy talking
Thank
with
you.
you. Chris Martingilio joined us from Martingilio Martial Arts. And don't go away, we'll be right back with more Wisconsin Family here at Steinway & Sons. Stick around.
'Cause every day is a new day. 'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're filming today at Steinway & Sons in Madison. Now, you might think that this is kind of a corporate thing. It's actually a locally owned store.
Business, yeah.
We're going to meet the owner a little bit later and learn more about the store. But right now we're talking mortgages. Mortgages, boy, if that makes you feel a little queasy in the stomach. Our next guest work really hard to make it easy for you. Joining us is Eric Habenchild. He's from Pacific Union Financial. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Eric, what do you do at Pacific Union Financial?
So we're a mortgage bank. So all we do are residential first lien mortgages. So we help people buy houses or refinance them.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple
that's
and
all-
easy.
All there is to it.
Making dreams come true. really.
Exactly. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people, there's a home buying season is in full force right now, so there's a lot of people who are probably looking for that kind of thing.
It's crazy. Yeah,
And
right now it's crazy.
so there's a lot of places where people can go to get their mortgages.
Absolutely.
Why Pacific Union?
Well, so because we're a mortgage bank and all we do are mortgages, that's our specialty. We're a direct seller servicer with all the major GSEs out there. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and Ginnie Mae, which encompasses like all your government loans, FHA, VA, USDA, and WIDA, things like that. So because we're direct seller servicers, we have very minimal overlays. And so that means that if GSEs say we can do it, we can do it. And a lot of other banks out there have a little tighter guidelines around their products where they may not be able to get some loans done.
Oh, okay.
And you folks like to say that you are proud of your transparency, and is that something you think that makes you different?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you know, the home buying process is very stressful. You know, and it's confusing. I mean, there's a lot of numbers floating out there, and you know, and so what we really try to do is walk our borrowers through the process. You know, give them a list of options of what different programs that they qualify for to help them make the best decision for their family.
And that kind of guidance gives people confidence, and when they have confidence, they can relax a little bit.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I remember, boy, when I bought my home, signing,
Yeah.
signing,
You
and
better come to closing with a rested hand, that's for sure.
So, you know, you talk about how obviously you guys are a locally based business, and you know, everybody kind of has a different need depending on what they're looking for. So what is the spectrum of loan products that you offer to your clients?
So we really run the gamut. We've got something for everyone, be it someone with some bruised credit all the way to perfect credit. You know, the veterans, we do an excellent job with VA loans. People in rural areas that we've got a great program to help them with no money down. All the way up to the jumbo loans, and a jumbo loan is any loan or that's over $424,100 is anything over that. It's a jumbo loan, different category, but we can help those folks out as well.
Okay, so good variety of different things. So if chances are, if you need it, they've got it.
That's what I'm saying.
such gentle terms to bruised credit. I like that.
Right. So a lot of banks kind of will cut you off at 620. Once you have a credit score under 620, they just don't have anything they can offer you, and we go down into the mid 500s, you know, with an approval. So again, we can really help people who are maybe just on the bubble or they can't quite go to a bank and get financing. We can help them out with that.
So if they've been turned down by another lender,
Yeah.
you're a good place to turn to.
Absolutely, and you know, if you've been turned down, it's what I like to do is if we can help you out and get you into a home now, great. Let's walk you through that process. If not, let's put you on the path to get there down the road. You know, it's not always just a hard no. You know, it's like, okay, well, let's work on X, Y, and Z so that we can get you to the finish line and into that dream home at some point in time.
I like that approach.
Do you think, this is just sort of a side note that I'm taking here, but do you think that if somebody is looking to buy a home, is it better to go and see what they're pre-approved for first before they start dreaming about what their ideal home
And
is?
falling in love.
Well, absolutely, and that's the thing. I mean, it would really just be heartbreaking to find the perfect home and then only to find out that you can't quite afford it.
Right.
And so typically it makes sense to talk to a lender first, get pre-approved so that you know what to look for, right? And typically when I run that approval, I'm going to get you pre-approved for as much as I can get you approved for. Not that you should spend that much money. But at least you know where to stop. Right?
Where your ceiling is.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
So what is your personal experience in the mortgage industry, Eric?
Oh, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in the industry since 1998, so I've seen the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
And I've been in a lot of different capacities. I've been, you know, a loan officer, a branch manager, an area manager, so I've kind of been in every facet of the industry. You know, and really, that just helps me guide these waters, right? I mean, it gets a little stormy out there, and I've just been through it all, so I can really, I do a good job of trying to help my borrowers navigate these murky waters sometimes.
It sounds like it. It sounds like. Well, we certainly appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your knowledge with us.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Alrighty.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Eric. This is Eric Habenchild. He's with Pacific Union Financial. You can find them in Fort Atkinson. And we'll be right back.
'Cause every day is a new day.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We are here at the Steinway & Son store over on the west side of Madison, and we finally get a chance to talk with Ben Garber. How are you?
Thank you.
Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, thanks, Justin.
And I'm really excited about today's segment because we get to learn a little bit about the evolution of the piano, and this is right up my alley. So talk to us a little bit about how the piano has changed over the years.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because pianos really look the same as they did 125 years ago.
Yes.
And I think people think they're just exactly the same as they were. They have continuously developed in terms of tone and fullness and sound. They're much fuller toned than they were 100 years ago.
Right.
We also have much better quality control in terms of parts and materials and things like that. So believe it or not, they all feel a lot better and play a lot better. if they're made well.
So some of those older composers would probably be jealous of what we have today.
I
versus-
believe so. I think we all believe that.
Yeah. So I also want to talk about piano technology, because we all remember, maybe we don't, some of us may not, remember the old player pianos that used to use
Yeah.
piano rolls and play by themselves. But you've shown us some really, really neat technology that allows for an even more accurate performance and replication of a
Yeah,
performance.
we talked about
can
that.
can you talk to us a little bit about some of those technologies that have developed over the last few years?
Yeah, there's a lot of technological add-ons we have for pianos now. People probably wouldn't believe it until you see it for yourself. But the same piano company that made the old piano rolls where you had to pump the pedals, right, when we were kids, they still make a modern player piano system. It's better because it doesn't impede the piano at all anymore. So you can play it like a completely acoustic piano.
Okay.
But at the same time, it can play itself. You can play pop songs, and you can have artists singing along and things like that.
Sure.
This can be added to any piano,
Okay.
old or new. If you have something in your home you want to add that to, we can
Sure.
add it on.
Okay.
So as an example, you know, people like to listen to modern CDs
Sure.
with the piano playing in the background. I'm just
Okay.
going to make this happen here.
A little bit of Adele going
Yeah,
on
little
there.
Adele,
Very
and
nice.
in a minute she'll start singing, right?
Okay, so there's actually speakers built
There's
in that where they
speakers,
can.
yep,
oh,
or you
that's
can pipe
pretty
it through your
cool.
house speakers.
Very
We
cool.
can also turn it way down if we
There she
want to
is.
be able to have a dinner party and not
Yeah.
have this get in our way, right?
Yeah, just background ambient
Yep.
music is good too.
Yep.
It's very cool.
And everything's operated through iPads now, so we have a completely wireless cloud-based system, so it's easy to use.
That is very cool, and we looked at some of that before. Let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned the modern player piano. Would this be considered the modern player piano?
This is a modern player piano. This is the third generation of QRS's Pianomation system.
Wow, and this is the same people that made those piano rolls.
Yeah, way back
Wow.
when. And that music is still on here, believe it or not.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible. And you wouldn't know by sitting down to play it that it is a player piano.
You
because
can't
it
tell.
feels-
You can't tell. You can't see anything on it either that
Yeah.
shows that it's a player piano.
See, folks, you don't even need to play piano to have a piano in your house. Just get one that plays by itself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Now, along with that, we can add the sensors that will allow us to record your own playing.
Sure, yeah.
Or even to turn the piano off and play on headphones. So a lot of people
Oh,
are
wow.
now calling this hybrid piano. You can have a technological set of features added to any acoustic piano.
Sure. Now, is it possible to combine some of these features that we're talking about right now and just have them all on one? It kind of sounds like
Yes.
you can combine everything together and
Yes.
have the
Yeah.
best of all worlds.
Yes, and the great thing about the QRS systems is it's modular, so it's like a la carte. I can pick if I want to just interface with a computer and be a composer, I can do that. If
Okay.
I want it to play, record, go silent, you can just choose what you want to add.
So you could actually use this to play into the computer what
Yes.
you want it to, wow,
Yeah,
and compose
exactly.
sheet music,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
That's so cool. Let's talk a little bit about, I want to mention digital pianos
Yep.
too. So how have digital pianos changed? Because that's a relatively recent
I
invention.
think 1982 is when the
Okay.
digital piano came out, and as in anything technological, they've continually gotten better. So they get more realistic sounding, better feeling, so that they're more approximating an acoustic
Sure.
piano experience.
Sure. And you have a demonstration that you'd
Yeah,
like to show
we
us.
can look at some. The other cool thing is we can now use iPads and apps
Sure.
to do a lot of things with a digital piano.
Very cool. Well, let's head over there and take a look at some digital pianos.
Sounds good.
So this is an example of one of the digital pianos that you have. It almost looks like a real upright piano.
Yep, it does, and it has the same shape as an upright, but it's got to be plugged in.
Obviously, yeah, sure.
No
Okay.
strings.
Sure. No strings attached.
No, yeah. We love our iPads at the store here.
Sure. So how does is it kind of the same principle that it kind of connects wirelessly like it did to the player piano that we just saw?
Yep, this piano and the newest ones have Bluetooth technology. The newest
Okay.
one from Roland do. So I can be connected to any device via Bluetooth.
Okay.
I can send audio both ways, and I can also hook up any apps that I want to use.
Wow, okay.
Roland has a whole host of educational apps that they have that are all free.
Sure.
So if you have one of their pianos, you can hook up directly. So, for example, they have songs that are already on the piano, and if you want to see the sheet music for Elise, you can actually just watch the notes while it's going.
Wow.
And then you can actually slow it down and learn this song with the piano. We can also selectively turn one hand off or both hands off and
Okay.
play along, right?
Wow.
So this is a teaching app, really.
Wow.
You can use any third-party apps for composition. Kids like GarageBand a
Sure.
lot, and that will wirelessly hook up, and you can just play right in from the piano.
Nice.
And then one thing that's really cool, this is kind of new, digital sheet music is starting to come out now, as
Okay.
you can imagine, right? There's an app like PiaScore we use. They say that there are 70,000 free pieces of sheet music on here.
Wow.
And you can,
70,000.
it's unbelievable. It's public domain music. If you put it up here and want to play on an iPad, you can use your pedals
Oh,
to
that's
turn
cool.
the pages while you're going along.
So the page turner in the concert, he's going to be fired soon.
Yeah,
He's
no more
not-
page turner.
No more
Yeah.
page turners. It's all going to be, you just press the pedal and you're good.
Yeah.
Wow, that is really neat. So I guess the big question that I have is, obviously this can do a lot of the same things as we saw on the player piano. So what are the benefits of one over the other? What are the pros and cons?
Yeah, good question. Technological items are easier to do here. I mean, we have to add it on to an acoustic piano. If you want an acoustic piano experience, we can do that to that piano. But here, if you know all you need to do is compose, or you want to be able to practice with headphones,
Sure.
it's easier to do it here.
Sure. And that makes sense because there are some people who, might need to do practicing late at night or something like that.
Exactly.
Or, if you're a slacker like I was and you put off practicing before the big playing test, you want to make sure that you have some way of doing that without disturbing the neighbors, right?
Hear that a
So,
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
Waking people up.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick before we go, I just want to make sure that we mention as we head into the school year, you guys offer piano lessons here.
We have piano lessons here, yeah. We have great teachers, and myself included. Yeah.
There you go. So talk to us a little bit about what a student can expect or what parents can expect when they sign their kids up for piano lessons here.
Well, usually we do like an interview or sit down and talk with them. We want to sort of help them understand what piano lessons entail. We try to keep it fun, but very educational. So,
Sure.
we want people to have concrete skills that they adopt, but also enjoy doing it while they're learning.
Absolutely. And what's the best way for parents to, or anybody, if you're an adult too, what's the best way to sign up? What's the best way to sign up?
I would have them either send an email through the website or call us on the phone and schedule an initial meeting with, like I said, me or one of the other teachers, and then we can get them started.
Phone or website?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, if you're interested in learning piano, whether by lesson or by technology, you'll want to head down to the Steinway & Sons store here on the west side of Madison. Ben Garber, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Always a
Justin.
pleasure coming here. We always learn something.
Thanks a lot.
And that's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. I want to thank all of our viewers and all of our guests, and we'll see you next time.
The beat, clap your hands, let's take control.